first, see what the news has for us, and then we go into the pairs. I don't have this here, but yeah, we're basically gonna look at the dollar pairs, the yen pairs, basically every major pair, and then look at some potential opportunities. And I'm just gonna share with you guys some opportunities for this week, right? My trade ideas. So to start off, this is what we have read for the news this coming week. Not too news heavy. We do have the Aussie, Bank of whatever, Australia. We have rate statement, monetary policy statement. So yeah, we're basically gonna hear the interest rates, if there are gonna be any cuts or hikes. For those that don't understand that, we have so it's actually on Monday. We do have CPI, which is consumer price inflation, which is usually very big, and that does affect the currency. Anything to do with inflation it influences whether there's going to be interest rate hikes or cuts, right? So let's take a look at that. As someone who trades the Swiss franc a lot, that's going to be very interesting. We do have on Wednesday we have some non-farm employment change, nothing too serious. And then finally on Thursday, we do have the pound. We have a lot of pound news, so expect huge volatility on Thursday with the pound. Having said all that, let's just dive right into the charts, my friends. Let's look at the dollar. So the dollar, pretty straightforward. I don't have much to say about the dollar. It's very bullish. I called this 2 weeks ago. I said, yeah, I'm just looking for a bullish dollar. If you look at it from the daily, you can see we're pushing high, and this is kind of your next target. I think we're just going to push past this, if I'm being honest with you. This little area we have here, I just see us pushing past it. And I feel like the dollar could make big retracements, right? I'll start targeting this high around here for the for the long term. So yeah, I'm very bullish on the dollar, guys. I'm only going to be looking to buy long dollar pairs. I'm not looking to short the dollar this week at all. We've been very bullish for a while. I think ever since we took this liquidity on mid-September, right? We've just been, yeah, this is as bullish order flow as you can get. So don't be trying to short the dollar at all. EURUSD was really good last week. It finally hit the lows that we were talking about. Yeah, it still has some room for downside, but I'd be very careful because generally speaking, right, this is where it gets tricky. On the daily, we are kind of bullish, right? But you could say order flow has switched bearish with this fractal break here, came back down, and we've had a second fractal break. So it does look good for further longs, further shorts. And yeah, this was an idea. I actually entered New Zealand dollar. I didn't manage to enter this one, but this was kind of my idea to target this low, and it looks good. I think if I can get a retractment, I'll look for a 4-hour way to enter this. I don't know, let me see. Probably this supply zone here. I'd mark out this supply zone if you're trying to get involved in shorts, because these are really good shorts. The only reason I didn't take this one is because I took the New Zealand dollar one, which I'll talk about. But yeah, this is a nice supply zone. If we could get price to react to this supply zone, then where's the path to? Yeah, if we can get something like this, and then we start seeing price to slow down, and then we break out of the supply zone, then I'd go for shorts, and then I'd put my stop loss above this high and just target this low, because price does look like it's heading down there. So for me, this is my target, 1.139. Depends on volatility. When we do reach there, it could probably take us 2 weeks to get here, right? Because that's over 150 pips, and yeah, it's not moving that quickly, but I think it's a good what do you call it, swing trade. So those are my views on USD. GBPUSD, what am I looking for? So GU was just very, very bearish, and it reached my line. I talked about, guys, if you've been watching my outlooks, I have been talking about this black line for like the past 4 weeks, and I told you it's inevitable that price is going to come and touch this line. Again, this is the we've liquidated these lows, so I wouldn't be really necessarily looking to enter this. I'd say EURUSD is better, but it is very bearish. As you can see, we did take out these very important lows. This was a May low, and this was a July low, August low. So I wouldn't be necessarily looking for a pullback. Neither will I be trying to continue to short this, because once you take big liquidity, you can expect some form of a pullback. So maybe if we just pull back into this supply zone, this daily supply over that, then maybe you can shorts, but I think they're better dollar pairs to trade because GU has kind of made its move. I'm still seeing further downside, if I'm being honest with you. But the one I'm in right now, which I'm holding over the weekend, is NZD/USD. I'm in an NU short. This is the exact short I'm in. Again, I marked out this liquidity low. We're probably up about 1 hour. I'm thinking we're gonna hit TP very soon. This is a very good trade, I believe. Very bearish, as you can see. If you look at this from the daily, just high low, high low, high low. So the second I got the change of character here, I just continue to short it, and I'm targeting here. But long term, I'm targeting the yearly level. I think on NU we should be looking at the yearly level, and I think that's exactly where price is heading. So if you're not in this, for those of you who are in the group and you entered with me, good job. If you're not in this, probably wait for a retracement. I don't think it will retrace all the way to entry, but we could see maybe we could probably take out these highs over here at 574. Then you can probably look for a chance to enter and then probably hold it as a swing position, because if you're already late, then I'd hold it as a swing. Although NU is pretty slow, I'd enter here on this. If you take out these highs and then start to sell off, then I'd probably hold it as a swing position, because I do wanna keep the stop loss here, because I like the monthly and the 3 monthly. You all know how strong these areas are. I've been talking about them, and then you can get a decent risk reward, or you could just put it above this high and still get a decent risk reward and still target the yearly level. That would kind of be my trade idea. But guys, I always talk about this monthly, 3 monthly, and yearly level because they're so strong. Look at how price just interacts with this and just sells off. Same thing here. Interacts with monthly, 3 monthly, which it's gonna change now that we're in November, so the monthly and 3 monthly will kind of open differently. But you can expect this to just continue to sell off into the downside, and I'll be managing risk once we do get here, obviously. But yeah, that's just kind of that's what I'm looking for in NU. AU is similar. AU is pretty cool, but it's also kind of, I gotta get one right now. AU, this was also my idea. I only took one because I'm in multiple dollar positions, and I don't want to be in all of them. Again, you have to manage risk. And yeah, this was my idea on AU, kind of the same thing. However, with AU, it's more bullish. Look at that. So AU is more bullish and really slow. If I'm being honest with you, this is just very consolidated price action, like all of this. So, but it does look good for some downside. We've broken structure here, and then we've traded back to the monthly, rejected the 3 monthly, and now we're starting to sell off. So generally speaking, it does look good. We do have, if I remember correctly, we do have news on. There's a lot of Australian dollar news on Tuesday. So obviously be careful with that. But from a technical point of view, it does look good for short. So I'm in only NU, and the last dollar pair I'm in is USDJPY. Right, so I'm in long obviously on this one because I'm just looking for longs on the dollar, and it's doing really well. Yeah, guys, this is a typical Sammy trade. You all know what I like to see. We take out all this liquidity here, we get a V-shaped reversal, we break above the highs, barely break above the highs, right? So actually this is kind of a sweep, but to me, I was seeing it in real time, so to me we did break above the highs, and then I entered on the retracement, which I almost missed. Thank God I almost missed this. And then yeah, the dollar is just bullish. So obviously I was looking for longs, guys, because if you look at this from the daily, we're obviously very bullish. So I was looking for longs, and yeah, that was kind of the trade I took. It's going very well right now. I'm already on break even. I think because we're at least at 2R right now, right? We reached about 2R, and then right now I just need a small retracement. I don't think you can enter this trade. I honestly think this one is already gone. It's kind of taken off. So trying to get a position into this will be a bit hard. So unlikely, if I'm being honest with you. I don't see price coming all the way back down here. Because I've traded USDJPY for long. It's not one of those pairs that move a lot. Actually, if it does come back here, then we're more likely to just see sustained bearish order flow to the downside. So yeah, I wouldn't advise entering UC if you're not already in it. Now let's go to I forgot to open the thing where I have my pairs, so I'm just gonna have to go off the top of my head, but I've done this long enough, so I think I'm gonna remember everything. So So let's get to Aussie NZD. This was a nice long which I missed, which really hurts me. We broke above this high, and this was a good trade. This is exactly what I was looking for. I was just looking at too many pairs at the time, because the second we broke above this, I just wanted to kind of ride this pause to like the upside, I wanted to put it under this low. Is it under this low? Yeah, I just wanted to target a new high. Okay, it wouldn't have been the best trade because the risk reward is not that good, but yeah, this is a trade I really liked, especially if the risk on pairs just gaining strength. But it's kind of gone for me. Yeah, it's kind of made its move. I need to, maybe if we take out this high, maybe a short-term short, but I mean, it's a very, very bullish pair, so obviously I'm looking for short. So Aussie NZD this week is probably a no-go. Aussie CAD, I think it's similar to Aussie NZD. Yep, kind of the same thing. Yeah, kind of already made its move, interacted with the monthly, 3 monthly. I wouldn't be shorting this because in general it is still bullish. Technically it does look good for a bit of some short-term sells, but yeah, it can really get really consolidated if you see the Aussie CAD. So yeah, nothing for me on Aussie CAD this week. I'm gonna have to remember these things off it, right? So Aussie CAD, who comes after this, man? I think those are the two Aussie pairs, right? Yeah, okay, I think that's it. Let's go to the yen basket. If I forget, guys, just forgive me. Yen basket just continues to be absolutely useless. Nobody wants to buy yens. I don't know what's going on in Japan. Okay, I do know, but what I don't know is why the yen is this week. It's just been selling off ridiculously for like a really long time now, since April. Anytime you make any form of pullback, look at this yearly open, guys. I always talk about, what did I tell you? The yearly open, if you're not using this indicator, it's like you just don't want to make money. If you're not using, and I don't use indicators on my chart, but this one is the strongest by far, and I'll always use it. Look at how it just interacts with the yearly open and the 3 monthly open. It just continues to sell to the downside. This would have been a perfect trade on like a small, what do you call it, lower time frame. Just seeing it interact with this, and then right here, bam, once you break this fractal low, then I'd be looking for a shot on the yen pairs, and it just melts all the way down. So yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing on the yen. It's bearish. It is bearish. I think it's gonna interact with the supply zone anywhere from here to here, and just continue to sell off. So don't buy a yen pair this week. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's, unless you want to lose money, go buy the yen, go for it. Aussie yen, yeah, it's kind of made its move as well. It took liquidity, so maybe some short-term downside. Probably not the best bet to trade this week. Maybe wait for a pullback. I think a lot of these yen pairs just wait for a pullback. Just mark out your demand zones, like this demand zone here, and then wait for price to interact with it, and then just start buying up. That's kind of my best advice, because right now they've kind of already made the move, and you obviously don't want to short it, and you don't want to be buying at the top, because why buy expensive when you can buy cheaper. Same thing with the New Zealand dollar. The yearly open is here, so this probably is an easier position to enter, because this is clearly a supply zone here. I prefer this one down here, but the yearly open makes it much stronger. So yeah, maybe if you break this high, you can start looking for longs on maybe the 1 hour. If we can close above here, right? So if we can clear these highs, close above here, then I'd be very interested in the long. If we close above here, I don't want to sweep, right? So I'll probably take a position like this, put it under these lows, and very easily get a 2 to 1, a quick 2 to 1. That'll be my position in New Zealand dollar. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. Hopefully price does come back after taking out these highs, because I don't want to see a sweep. Because if I see a sweep, if I don't see kind of closure above here on at least the 1 hour, preferably the 4 hour, then I'm just going to think that it's going to take out these highs, take out these lows, maybe take out some of these ascending lows, and then just rebound from the yearly level. So but it does look interesting for longs, I'm not gonna lie. GJ, let's go back to the 4 hours. So what are we seeing on GJ? Kind of the same. The interesting thing is the pound is so weak, so whenever you have 2 weak pairs, you just see this, you see a range. So I'd mark the bottom of this range, this range, which is somewhere here, and then I'll draw my Fibonacci tool. So all you Fibonacci people, this is the perfect moment for you guys. I drew this right here, and once I draw that, I'll be trying to I want to sell from the 0.382, which would be 2 or 3 point basically 4. So I'd like to sell from here, and then I'd like to buy from here, so below the 0.786 or below the 0.618. So this from here down is a good area to buy. So maybe if we come down, because we did take liquidity, yeah, so maybe if price does come down here, I'll be looking for longs actually, especially if the yen does get a pullback. So if the yen basket does get a pullback, that would mean the pound probably comes down here, and we don't have pound news till Thursday. So then I'd be able to probably get a long on this, because in general it is kind of bullish still, because the yen is so weak and we are kind of stuck in some form of a range here. So yeah, some yen, some GT longs potentially. Obviously the pair I look at every week, if you all have been on my channel, like this is my pair of the week every single week, because it's the gold of Forex. Like I was telling one of my friends this, like it's literally the gold of Forex. Why? Because it's just always buying. Look at that. From February, and April is when the yen started being very weak, but since February it's just been buying like absolutely crazy. So what have I done? Oh my gosh, okay, just my Wi-Fi. So yeah, what am I looking for in this? I'm looking at us to come and interact with this beautiful 4-hour supply ideal price, which is here, because going a week without trading this just hurts me. So I'd love for us to interact with this. Wait for change of character. The deeper the better. Pause, but the deeper we get into this, again, pause down, the better. And then I'll just be looking for longs and looking for a new high, because that's all it does. It sets a new high every single week. Look at all these bullish candles on the weekly. Like it's just very rare that we have red closes. So yeah, just sustained bullishness on the yen, and that's what I'll be looking for, guys. So yeah, this is the one I always look at every single week. I think by now you guys just know how much I love this pair, because it's all about timing when to buy, you know, not choosing to sell or anything. Wow, we've taken a long time. What other yen pair do we have, guys? Euro yen. I think euro yen has kind of taken off, if I remember correctly. Oh, kind of. No, it hasn't really taken off. It has made its move though. This is probably inducement to me. I probably won't be buying from this level, because yeah, this looks like the stronger demand area. All this accumulation here. Maybe from around here I'll be looking for buys, but I prefer the other pairs that I talked about. So I think that'll be the last of the yen pairs. We can look at CAD yen real quick, just for the sake, and obviously UJ. I almost forgot about UJ. Yeah, nothing too interesting on this. Maybe UJ obviously I look for longs, because the dollar is strong and the yen is weak, but it's probably already made its move. So yeah, this was my position. I was targeting this high for a long time, guys, and unfortunately I closed it at break even, so that's why I'm not making a lot of noise, because price came all the way here and then just came in. I mean, by the time price reached here, I said break even, right? I was already at 2 hours, so by the time price came and just took out my break even, guys, and just it's sad, bro. It's sad to see, but yeah, it happens, man. It happens. So yeah, I got taken out of break even here, which is sad. But anyway, follow your rules, right? So yeah, I think a pullback would be nice, but I honestly don't see a pullback. I think this is just going to continue buying, so probably no opportunities next week. Now let's get into the real opportunities I have for myself this coming week. This is what's really on my mind this week. It's these longs. I'm already in a short here. Hopefully it doesn't hit my stop loss, but I'm in a short here. Yeah, I'm looking for shorts on this. I think the Swiss franc is way oversold, because it's really strong, and the pairs have been buying against it for a while. And if you look at the daily, with these pairs, right, what you usually see is big sell-off, a bit of accumulation, big sell-off, some slow climb, big sell-off, a slow climb, and then a big sell-off. And so that's kind of how I've been trading these pairs. This is the Franc Pairs, because yeah, and I think I could have waited for Franc to break here, but I decided to enter at least one Franc pair in case I miss the whole move altogether, and then I'll start adding other Franc pairs like NZD Franc. Oof. Okay, yeah, like NZD Franc is one of the pairs I do want to add. Yeah, this is one of the pairs I do want to add. That was kind of my idea on it. I only took the CAD Swiss one. I didn't want to overexpose myself to Franc shorts just yet because we haven't seen true bearish order flow yet. So if we can break this low or this low down here, then I'd look for a slight retest and then I'd go down. But the thing is, with this Franc pairs, they sell very quickly. Like, they sell very quick, so you have to be very careful. And yeah, I'm just looking for shorts on most of them. G Swiss is really hard to get. It just there's barely any pullbacks, man. Maybe here, this is a nice pullback. If you can get here, if you can go to the weekly open, last week's weekly open, then I'll look for shorts on G, because this one is just selling. It's not even pulling back like the others, bro. Yeah, it's just selling. Just looks like Liverpool scored, man. Unfortunate. So yeah, just some shorts on this. USDJPY, I won't be trading this pair because I think both pairs are fundamentally strong, so it makes no sense. This is a position I wanted to take. I didn't get a chance to take it, and thank God I didn't. But yeah, I won't be trading this. After that, we're gonna look at Euro. Euros is a position I'm very interested in. I've been thinking about this position for a while. So we're obviously very bullish, and we have taken very, very, very important liquidity underneath these lows. Look at that. So not only did we take liquidity in the first swipe, but then we swiped out early buyers, which is a very good sign. So what I'm looking for next in this is very simple. I'm looking for a very long swing position in this. I want to see a break above the highs, a candle closure here, and then I'll enter somewhere here. And of course, I'm just going to target it. Oops. Close. Yeah. I'm just going to target it here because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's look at GCAD. Pound card, they're both weak in my opinion. So no, not really. This is a position I want to take as well. Thank God we did not enter that. Is just I prefer EURUSD, honestly. When we look at the Euro pairs, the European pairs, which to me the pound and the euro, I'm not really looking towards trading the pound. I'm not looking towards longing the pound, even if it makes sense technically, because it's just so weak. Euro does make a bit sense. We have a lot of equal lows here, obviously, and we're kind of trading in a range, as you can see. So this is like your low of the range, and this is your high of the range. So it makes sense to look for longs, but I can only look for longs once we start to, theoretically it would make sense if we just took out these lows. All these lows behind here. Let's just look at this from the daily. I don't think we can get, yeah, much better. So yeah, this low has already been taken out. This low has been taken out. So technically speaking, we don't have to take this low out because this is the only low we have. This low has already been taken. All these have been taken by this. So once we just start seeing a change of character, then I'll be looking for long. So theoretically, candle closure above here, candle closure, not a sweep, and then a slight retest, and then we look for long. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for on this. We can look at GBP, Aussie. I'm not really looking for anything in this because it is oversold, but it doesn't look good for longs. It doesn't look good for longs at all, even though it's oversold. Look, it just broke through even the yearly. Again, it broke through the yearly open as well. So yeah, let's look at Euro NZD. Yeah, NZD. I think that's the last one. So this is I don't think. I mean, it looks good for longs. We took these lows, some of them. We've kind of pulled back right here, and then maybe if you break this in, I mean. It makes sense. It makes sense to look for some longs over here, but I think the better pairs to trade. So I'll be trading this pair this week. But if you have to trade this pair, then I'd look for obviously a kind of closure above here. Try and get a retest somewhere here. Maybe if you can get a small retest. Hold on. If you can get a small retest here, then close above here and then get a retest here. Let's see if we can get a decent risk to reward. Wow, maybe we can get a 2.5, yeah. It's possible. So yeah, let's take out this size. If we can close above this size, a very strong closure above this size, then I'll be very interested in longs. Until then, no. GBPUSD, 2-week pairs, so probably not going to trade this pair either at all. Yeah, looks good. I mean, it makes sense to continue higher if we just look at the overall structure. The yearly open again doing its thing. A closure above here, maybe a retest. I don't know. No, I'm not good. I can't long the pound right now. I'm sorry, it's just too weak. Fundamentally, it's just too weak. So I think we could just melt all the way down to the yearly open. Technically, it does look good for longs, but just based on my fundamental understanding, I don't think it looks good at all, in my opinion. And we can go through G-card. This is gonna be the longest video we've made yet. Wow, 26 minutes. G-card. Yeah, 2-week pairs. Nope, not interested. I'm not even waste time. Let's go obviously finally to gold. Gold, we're starting to see some bullish price action after all this just big sell-off, and the monthly, 3 monthly probably acting as strong support. So I'd say look for more longs on gold. It's a bit risky right now because of very strong dollar and what's happening right here. But yeah, strong dollar can cause problems for gold. Obviously, you can have a strong dollar and have strong gold, but gold is much easier to buy when the dollar is weak. So yeah, I'd say it looks good for longs, but I'd want to see. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Probably an intraday position. I'd say an intraday position. I don't have an elite setup on gold right now, if I'm being honest. So yeah, and then lastly, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin obviously had the very, very big sell-off, and then we just came back down, and now we're starting to see crypto just pump a bit more. And we're seeing this a lot of crypto pairs actually, like Ethereum. Ethereum is doing the same thing. We had the sell-off, and then now we're just starting to, well, not really, we're kind of still consolidating, but at least we're not selling off, right? And copper is kind of the same thing. Look at copper real quick. I know we don't usually look at copper, but yeah, copper is probably a better long. This is a crazy sell. What? Anyway, so yeah, looks good for long if you trade copper. Copper does make sense for longs. And yeah, crypto is starting to gain strength again after the big Trump-induced sell-off. So yep, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you